guys, welcome to MMA News UK podcast, bringing you everything you need to know on the UK regional MMA scene. Get to know the stars of tomorrow today. Feel free to like, subscribe and share if you like that sort of thing. Hi guys, so today we have one of the top amateurs in not only Wales, where he's from, but in the UK scene, who's going to be competing for another title on Cage Warriors Academy in, is it March?
Yeah, the 25th.
Yeah. 21st of March in Wales on Cage Warriors Academy. And this gentleman is a Levi Batchelor who trains with Richard Shaw out of Shaw. Is it Shaw MMA?
Yeah, Shaw Mixed Martial Arts.
It used to be something else, didn't it?
Yeah, it used to be Tulare Combat, and then
that's correct. And they
changed
it. And Levi's currently out in Thailand training for this fight, so he's going all in. Welcome, Levi. Thanks for coming on and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
No problem at all. It's really good to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, your background, stuff like
that. So I'm obviously from South Wales, training out of Shaw Mixed Martial Arts. Yeah. My background, I haven't really got a background, to be honest. I did and dab out of lots of different sports. There's probably as many as you can name as a kid. One of those kids that just do something once or twice and then just knock it on the head and never want to do it again.
And you found it on
Yeah. I stuck at boxing probably for the longest.
Yeah.
I was about 9 years of age, but again, never really did anything properly with it. At 2 exhibition fights, but that was it.
Just
ended up knocking it on the head. Yeah. And then I got to 16, and for some reason I can't really remember like how it all happened completely, but I just wanted to sort of get back into something. And then I was on holiday with my parents in Dubai, and at the same time Gary Lockett, which is my boxing coach at the moment, he was there, and him and my father get on, so we ended up meeting up. It was him and his son and me and my dad.
Yeah.
And so we got talking and stuff, and I think after that, I wanted to get back into like boxing or something like that myself. So like 6 months later down the line, I think my dad got in touch with, it was either Jack or Shaky. I ended up going to Tulare Combat up in Blaina. That was for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I had never even heard at the time. So yeah, I gave that a go, and then at the same time, Gary was coaching Lou Long as well.
Oh right, yeah. I've heard of Lou. Yeah, I know him. Well, not well, but I know him.
Yeah. So I was going down to the Mat Academy sort of once a week, doing a private session with Lou as well.
Yeah. And that was funny. Like a couple of times I've met him in person. He's a funny guy.
He's a character, Lou.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. But yeah, so that went on for about I'd say about 3 or 4 months, and then I ended up making the decision to stay full time at Shaw MMA now.
Yeah. Good choice. Very good choice.
Yeah. It was easy for me anyway. It was like it was on the doorstep sort of thing, and you only got to look at the talent going through that gym to know it was the place to be. So
gotcha. The thing is, in me as well, I've trained loads of different places, but I always had one place I felt like was home.
Yeah.
And you can't, once you find that, nothing will ever replace it. No matter where you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get I'm a big advocate of training other places, going to other things, learning new skills and stuff, whatever. But you'll always have your home.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, Shaw MMA is my my home now. That's where I stay. And great team, great coaches. You can't ask for any more than that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, you certainly have some superstars in that gym.
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of benefit do you think, well, apart from the obvious, you get from training with guys like
that? To be honest, like probably the biggest thing is take sort of skill set and stuff aside. It's like the experience that they've got, and they can pass that all the knowledge down, and the sort of mistakes that they've made in the past, they can be passed on, and sort of not to be recreated. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that whoever you look at, sort of going down the food chain, saying like shaky at the top, and then going down, they've all experienced like the highest of highs in MMA. So they know what they're doing there. So
oh god, and that's the thing. Like when they make mistakes, obviously they come back, they need to correct their errors, and you're involved with that. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's brilliant training there.
Yeah. What made you go out to Thailand to train instead of like America or something like that? What was it that?
So my nutritionist, the fight dietitian, you may have heard of him or seen a couple of his posts on Instagram. But he was doing Jack's Nutrition at one point, which then got me into contact with Jordan, the fight dietitian, to sort of do my nutrition and my weight cuts and things like that. So he's based out in Australia.
Yeah.
So he obviously, living out in Australia, he's got big connections with Israel Adesanya, Alex Volkanovski. He does like all those diets and nutrition and things. So he was in contact with the Bang Tao gym with the Hickman brothers.
Yeah.
Which are now obviously where I'm training out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just sort of from one person to another. You're saying this is the place to be, to sort of get out there.
No, that's good. So obviously you've got learning and meeting all these new people, you've obviously got the right people around you, so
yeah.
From that. So what are you hoping to get from your MMA career? Like, I know we spoke about it off camera, but
yeah,
obviously you're looking to go pro and actually make a career of this, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd love to turn pro, as we sort of briefly discussed off camera. Like I'm not in any rush to sort of turn pro.
No.
And especially like being out here training as well. It's like there's so much out there to experience as an amateur, and I want to make sure that I'm going in there, and if I'm taking losses, I'm happy to take them as an amateur.
Yeah.
I just want to be the most well-rounded martial artist I can.
So when it's time to go pro, it's time to terminate. Yeah, exactly. 100% the right thing. So many people I see that have so much potential, and they ruin it because they just want to go pro.
Yeah. People sort of, I'm young, but in a sport that's growing this fast, maybe I'm not so young. And I've seen that over here as well. There's killers on the mat, sort of 17 to 20 years of age, as well, which is obviously younger than me. I'm 21, but like I say, I'm not in any rush.
Exactly. You don't even hit your peak till you're 26, 27 anyway. So you're doing the absolute right.
Yeah, exactly.
As many experiences, as many learning potentials as you can, as many opportunities as you can. And you're doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
What about the IMAF? You fancy doing one of them, or have you thought about competing?
Yeah, well, so I was scheduled to fight at the IMAF. I think it was 2020, which then got cancelled due to COVID.
Yeah.
So that got cancelled, and then I was scheduled to fight last year in May, and that ended up being postponed. I can't really remember right now what the reasoning was, but that was postponed, and then I ended up taking my first loss as an amateur.
Yeah.
Before it was rescheduled, so it was one of those things that I was like, I want to go to the IMAF and compete at the highest level when I know that I'm there, and like coming off of a loss, I didn't want to go and
drawing board, get everything tight.
I did
holes up and.
Yeah, I just want to go back and just fix the things that didn't go well, and I think if that opportunity arose again to go, I think I'd be more than capable of going.
Oh, definitely, yeah, I'd love to see it, especially like you say, where you're going around the world training different people and obviously training with all these UFC superstars. The IMAF's just the last little missing piece of the puzzle is going to help you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been to a few of them. The talent level's out of this world.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, some high level amateurs.
God, yeah. It'd be so good for you. Like I said, I wish there's many more amateurs that would be like you. I'll tell you a story. I had this one guy who I managed before years ago. He was pretty good. He was pretty good. You know, he had a couple of amateur fights. He won one, he lost one. But he only just lost. And I think it's because he was fighting a hometown guy that he lost at. It was very close. Now, this guy had his own, I'm not going to say what business it is because everyone will realise what I'm talking about. And he's actually a really good friend of mine. But he had a business and he's absolutely minted. And he's gone to me, Joe, I want to go pro. And I said, why? He said, oh, I don't want to pay the £150 for flights anymore. I want them to pay it. I said to him, you drive around in a Porsche. You know what I mean? Do you really want to rush that much?
Yeah.
I don't want to pay your flights anymore. I mean, if you someone that was struggling, I've done it for loads of them before, paid it myself. You know, they couldn't afford to do it.
Yeah.
He's driving around in a Porsche. And that was his excuse for going pro. And he went pro and he got smashed.
Yeah.
And he never thought it was
not a good.
I know.
You know, the way
sitting there pulling my hair out thinking, why? All because he didn't want to pay for his flights.
Yeah, exactly.
So like the way I pay more to park your car and make sure that was for the weekend. Then he got absolutely smashed, and that was it. He never fought again.
Yeah. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
But like I sort of know just from like we say, going back to experience from people in the gym, sort of high level than me. I know that even when I make that jump to professional, I'm not going to be all of a sudden making thousands of pounds. Like I know it's not going to happen. You know, I'm going to be fighting for, you know, a measly couple of £100 or something, whatever it is.
Start off with you will, yeah. But you're doing absolutely everything right. To be honest, like you said, you're giving yourself the best opportunity to make a career of it. You know, and obviously the way you're talking now, even when you're old and can't do fuck all like me, you'd make a good coach, manager, something like that. Trust me, with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. But just keep chipping away. Yeah,
exactly. To be honest, I spoke to a couple of your friends, and I heard a few rumours and a few funny stories about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about saving someone's life in the PI.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know exactly what you're on about.
Yeah. He said you're allowed to tell that story, so.
Yeah, so obviously I had the absolute pleasure of going to UFC back in September of 2021, I think it was. That was when Jack fought. I can't think of the guy's name now. Anyway, I was able to go there and coach and spend the week in the fight hotel and go to the PI and all this stuff, use the facilities. So we'd done Jack had done a session, one of the days. I'd done a few grappling rounds with Carl, and we just headed down to the sort of like hot tub recovery area. So we'd all just been chilling in the hot tub, sauna, and they've got a really good plunge pool. It was absolutely freezing. It's like I don't understand how they can get it so cold without freezing.
Yeah.
So I've just like bit the bullet. I've just gone straight in and just made it look easy.
Yeah.
So Shaky thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a go. So he's like jumped in just to get straight in, but the cold water shock has just hit him.
Yeah.
So I've just been like stood on the side, and he's like, oh. I think he just couldn't catch his breath. Like I just had to like reach in and grab him and just like put it.
Yeah, he said he saved his life by putting him out of the pool.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I don't understand how it's so cold. Like, but
for those who don't know who Shaky is, that's Richie Shaw, who's the head coach of Shaw MMA. You know, great guy, great coach, and back in the day, he was an unbelievable fighter as well. But he's a little bit older than me, but not by much. But I'd do exactly the same, and I'd do the same thing. And with my lung, I probably would have died. He would have been putting my lifeless body out there. But when you're involved, especially with a lot of athletes, younger people and stuff like that, you sometimes forget that you can't still do the things that you have to do. Yeah, the other story he told me as well, because obviously where you are an athlete, you don't drink very much.
No.
But you were banned from a pub with riflemen for being sick for 20 minutes or something.
Right. Well, yeah.
That was
that was one of the Christmas do's for it wasn't show mixed martial arts. It was the one for Blanhaven freestyle grappling. So we gone up there, and I think I was on the Stella or something. Yeah. I don't know how many I had, but I've ended up like falling asleep and spewing, and it was just one of them nights.
Have you been in there since, or are you still banned?
To be honest, I didn't know I was banned. But,
apparently you're banned. Yeah,
that's how the night went.
Banned from the rifleman. I can't just pluck. That's a name, to be honest. Blanhaven or something.
Yeah, Blanhaven.
Yeah. Apparently you're batting, so maybe go in see if you can walk back in next time you're on a Christmas do or something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've been there since, so they can't remember.
That's all right then. That's the problem when you don't drink for a long period of time when you're training, especially when you're trying to condition your body so much. Poison in your body and it doesn't react very well. People don't realise quite what damage it does. But
I thought the story coming was going to be following on from the last story in Vegas. We had quite the pool party. Quite the pool party afterwards. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Well, you didn't tell me about that one. That was obviously for certain reasons. So we'll keep that one. Maybe tell me when we're finished filming. Tell us a little bit about your fight that's coming up.
So at the moment, I was matched up last month, fighting obviously for the title. Opponent pulled for whatever reasons he's got. We've looked at replacements, which we haven't been able to sort of find yet. Whether or not Shaky or Colin have anyone in mind at the moment, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh right, okay. So the opponent he did have pulled out now,
have they? So he's pulled out. He had a few issues in his personal life, so hopefully he gets all that sorted, and we'll probably fight in the future. But yeah, for the moment, I haven't got anybody.
Just keeping yourself ready and hoping that they've.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll fight. I'm sure they'll find someone.
Yeah, like to be honest, I think probably close to 50% of my fights have been sort of 1 to 2 week notice fights due to pullouts and things like that. So it's nothing new.
But that's good for you, to be honest. Like you said, you're learning so much from it, and when you get an opponent who you've not been familiarised with, it's just right. Come in, let's find out and see what I've got. Then
exactly.
See what I've got.
Exactly. So, and it's always sort of been like that. It's just get yourself prepared, and whoever you fight, you fight.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not really looking at two specific things.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I wish all the fighters I used to manage coach like you. I used to have some bloody nightmares. Oh no, I can't fight that one. He's 1 inch bigger than me. Oh no, I can't fight that one. He's got a bigger dick than me.
No.
I see one guy put out once. He had a scratch on his arm. It wasn't a cut. It was a scratch, and he went, "Oh, in case I open it up, I can't fight." There's not many things that MMA haven't done.
Mentality, like separate the man from the boy.
Yeah, I prefer doing this now. Sit and listen to people's stories,
Too many people are worried about being an Instagram fighter these days. They want all the build up and the posters, and they want to be like, "Oh, I'm fighting him, and 1 week, 2 weeks gets till the fight, and it all gets a bit too real for them, and they want to pull out like so.
Well, when I used to do matchmaking, obviously I know quite a few people that do promotion and matchmaking and stuff, and we always used to call like the week before the fight squeaky bum week, because that's when all the fights would come. But oh no, I can't. Oh, my dog's got the flu, or like you say, There's
I've heard some mad excuses for pullouts and stuff. I'm not going to slag anyone off.
No.
I'm not going to slag anyone off on here, but Christ, I've heard some mad excuses.
Yeah, I could imagine. Where do you see yourself like in 5 years? Have you got a goal in mind, or is it just see how it goes, see how the next few fights go, see if you
well, in terms of like, yeah, so in terms of 5 years time, I'd be sort of 26 years of age. I'd like to be quite a decent level pro by then. Yeah. Either fighting for a Cage Warriors title, or even looking to push towards a different, bigger promotion by then.
Yeah.
In a theoretical world, I'd love to be in like the UFC or something like that. But I'm just gonna take it as it comes, and like you said, there's no rush.
Exactly. You're doing absolutely everything right. Exactly everything as you should do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been following you for a while, and I absolutely believe that you've got absolutely everything you need to achieve them goals. And I'm one of the ones that got to interview you first, So when you are up there, exactly. We go back, and I was one of the first ones to be, he's going to be the man. So, well, brilliant.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, well, listen, I know obviously it's your rest day, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. But thanks for coming on, mate. We wish you all the luck. And, hopefully we'll meet you again.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.